Alrighty, here we are in chapter 1. Just about to talk to the druid, I believe.
Forward.
Forward.
Welcome. I've been expecting you for some time now.
You must be Gandalf. No, I assume you're Rindle. Expecting us? How is that possible? We just recently arrived in town. You must be Arundel.
Yes, I am Arendelle.
Hey, Antra, what's up? Good to see you, sir. Welcome, welcome.
I invite you to dispense with the formalities and just call me Arendelle, plain and simple. Titles tend only to serve one's own vanity and aren't really of much use in this small mountain community.
Hey, Antra, do me a favor. I'm trying this with, that's good, I'm glad. How's your fiance? And also, I'm trying to, I was configuring this the other night, and I think I've got it mostly set, but if you can do me a favor and tell me, I'm doing this without the game booster. Cool. I'm doing this without game booster, so I want to make sure this runs okay. So just let me know if the audio and video looks okay. I would appreciate it. Let's see. Very well. Tell me, Arendelle, do you know anything about the reports of disturbances in these mountains? And perhaps did you cause them? Oh yeah, no, absolutely. My story of how you asked her to marry you is one of my favorite stories ever since I've been on Twitch. So.
Yes, it was I who sent Alistair to East Haven for help. His death weighs heavily.
We'll see what happens when they actually start moving around.
For not only was he a student of mine, but he was also a friend and trusted companion. He will be missed, as will Hrothgar and the other members of your expedition.
You knew Hrothgar? Let's see. Avalanche.
Oh yes, I know. I also know that it was no accident. Someone or something did not want your party to reach Kuldahar alive.
Yeah, Icewind Dale has a decent story. It's a lot more hack and slash than I typically like, but I was thinking about playing Baldur's Gate 1 or 2 as a consequence, but I've already won those games, and I also won Planescape Torment, whereas this game I got like a third of the way through and then didn't finish, so I thought maybe streaming it might be a little different. So, and also there's some really awesome epic music and some good voice acting, including that. Let's see. What's going around here, old man? No. This someone or something, I presume, is the reason you sent for help?
There are malevolent forces at work in these mountains.
Yeah, I'm kind of psyched about it.
To undermine the delicate balance we druids have struggled to preserve for centuries.
And I just finished writing finished my second chapter of my work in progress, so I'm rewarding myself. Kata said on his Facebook page that he was going to take a week to spend with family. He needed a break after the 6 months, and he said he was going to be back late next weekend, and that was a week ago. So at the end of Sunday, he should be back. I think either Saturday or Sunday he will be back in spades. That's the rumor. Yeah, thanks. More fantastic would be if the publisher that I'm waiting to hear from would get back to me. Like, come on! But, yeah. So, yeah, no, he'll be back this weekend.
No, would that I could. The face of the evil remains hidden, but its presence is unmistakable. All about us, there are signs of its damaging influence on the balance. The unnatural weather, the recent rash of abductions, the numerous monster sightings in the pass.
Your overdramatic reading. No.
These all point towards something sinister. Even the animals sense something is amiss.
Yeah, that's cool. That's kind of what I was doing today for much of the day, was spending time with the family. My daughter's last day of preschool was yesterday, so they had a big school picnic today, so it was cool. I had fun. Let's see. You spoke before of balance. What sort of balance are you talking about?
The balance. It is what the druids of Kuldahar hold sacred and have worked to preserve for generations. It is all around us. It is us.
Oh, you're talking about the Force, aren't you?
Balance is the harmony that is achieved when man and nature learn to coexist. No longer contending with one another, but coming together as two parts of a whole.
Such balance is an ideal worth striving for indeed.
Balance is the belief that this town is built upon, the very reason for its existence. Druids of Sylvanas, the Oak Father, have tended this shrine since the beginning. For hundreds of years, we have striven to achieve the ideal balance between man and nature. When settlers finally came to this pass, it was the Archdruid Tolban, my predecessor, who laid the foundation for the relationship that led to the birth of this community.
Yeah, this town is pretty cool because it's in the middle of this wintry landscape, but this huge, massive tree, which was supposedly, as you're about to hear, planted by one of the gods, I think, reflects this warmth. And part of what you're doing is trying to figure out why the tree's warmth is gradually fading. But so there's this beautiful, like, green, you know, glade type of thing in the middle of Icewind Dale. It's pretty cool. What shrine are you talking about?
The great oak, the massive tree that stands above us, around us. It is a holy shrine to Sylvanas, for it was he who planted its seed when Faerun was first born. It is a testament to the raw power of nature, a monument to its ability to thrive in the face of adversity. Thanks
Oh
to
yeah,
Tolban,
you're gonna get a view of
the
it.
great oak we druids called the Kuldahar, and the town that has come to be known by the same name, have together become a monument of even greater significance. A monument to the balance.
Yeah, when I'm done with this conversation, I'll head outside and you'll see the, I'm going to explore the town, because this is the basic, most of the game takes place with this as kind of the base of operations, so you'll have a chance to see that big-ass tree. So who's this Tolban guy?
Tolban was the catalyst for the transformation of the shrine from a sacred grove to a thriving community in which man and nature exist as one. At first, settlers were kept away from this site. The druids of old saw outsiders as an affront to the sanctity of the tree and its sphere of benign influence.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome when you first see it and you're just kind of like, whoa. I mean, you know, that's of course 2000, 2001, so it's like 10 years ago, whoa, but still.
They erected thorny brambles to keep intruders out, and used their powers to frighten away the men and women that came to build homes in a place they felt was obviously so close to the gods. It wasn't until the succession of Archdruid Tolban that things changed. Unlike his predecessors, he believed that the settlement of the valley was not only inevitable, but it was actually the will of Sylvanas.
And the real estate values, I mean...
He also believed that we had been wrong in keeping the settlers away, and that the Oak Father had intended people to share in the miracle of the Great Oak from the beginning. When Tolban finally became Archdruid, he formed a plan to fulfill the destiny of this sacred site by bringing about a union between the Great Oak Shrine and the settlers.
And that is how timeshares were born.
It was this union that the Archdruid Tolban believed would achieve the harmony that we had been striving for generations. The harmony between man and nature. As it stands, Kuldahar is a monument to this vision. The tree and town exist in a natural symbiosis, where it is next to impossible to tell where one leaves off and the other begins. But now, the balance is threatened.
I do have to say that, you know, despite my little joking comments aside, I think that you see stuff like this, and this is the same thing in Baldur's Gate as well, the voice acting is so far superior to some of the garbage that you get. I mean, not for nothing, but really, if you listen to sort of Shepard's lines in Mass Effect, and then you listen to this, and you're kind of like, hey, what's up, Demiser? Well, they all came with you. They're right behind you right now. Oh, no! Tell me more about these disturbances, sir.
I can only tell you of what little I know. Which disturbances would you have me speak of?
Exactly, Enter. That's one of the ones I was thinking about. I mean, like, I guess Leah's okay, but the point is, it's just not that hard. There's so many good... Let me give you an example. Bastion, the narrator in that, is phenomenal voice acting. Phenomenal. But there's so many good actors like that that are out there, and people who can read properly. So when you hear these other people, you're kind of like, what are you doing? Like, what is... You know? So, tell me of the unnatural weather.
The weather in these mountains has always been harsh, but never like this. Fierce storms ravage the valley without warning, often lasting for several days at a time, before vanishing as quickly as they come.
Oh, really? You thought so, Miser? Oh, I really like the gameplay. I'm surprised. You were doing it with a controller and everything? You know, I have to say, Demiser, obviously you can, if you don't like the game, don't play it, but you should see, you might want to give it a little bit more of a try, especially because as you go in and you're able to upgrade your weapons, you get so many different weapon choices and like options that you can play in almost any style that you want. You can play like straight up melee fighter, you can play distance, ranged, you know, you can play like you can ask Antra about that. Like you can pretty much do anything along those lines. So I mean, as I say, you know, but it's because it's such a good story and the narration is so epic that, you know, if you can get through it, it's worth it. Hey trolls, what's going on? Good to see you, man.
It is barely midway into Leafall, and yet the pass to the south has been snowed in entirely. Weather such as this is most unnatural.
Good to see you too.
Nature presents itself in cycles that are predictable by those who know what to look for.
Look, man, I've seen weather forecasters, and let me tell you about predictable. Okay.
I can only tell you. Oh, yes. Terrible, terrible. At first, there were tales told by travelers of companions disappearing into the night, snatched up from their bedrolls as they camped along the narrow trail that winds through the pass.
Well, I'll say this about the combat. I think you'll find that it's less clunky as you find a particular system. As you find like one option. That's why I say the more weapons you get, the more options you have. And literally it's like distance melee, close melee, ranged, you know, close ranged, mortar attacks. Like there's just so many different options that allows you to fight with one. And as far as the statistics are concerned, you can really upgrade a lot of your stuff. So if you can just kind of get through like the first level, your first couple of levels, I think you might find that it clears up quite a bit. Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, you know, obviously whatever you need to play, you know, it's different strokes and all that. But the story was so good, and I actually kind of liked the gameplay. So, yeah. So Antra answered it, trolls. That's exactly right. He should be back on Saturday or Sunday.
We did not think much of these tales. For such occurrences are not unheard of in these mountains. Then one night, Conlan's boy, Sheemish, went missing. The next morning, the whole town searched for the boy, but turned up nothing. He was just gone, vanished, without a trace.
Not to mention, there's a very interesting decision that you have to make at the end of that game, which is, I mean, it's not the deepest, most incredible decision ever, but it's interesting. And I had to think about it quite a bit. I just want to point out that perhaps the reason this boy went missing is that his name is Sheemish. If my name was Sheemish, I'd be... Yeah, Demiser. I know. The narration is so funny that way. Kid liked to crack up some things. And I love how it's like completely connected with this. Like, kid had some trouble moving on sometimes. I just love it. Let's see. That is strange indeed.
The boy was just the first. Several nights later, another disappeared. Megan Potts, the local midwife. Her husband, Khalil, was grief-stricken to the point of madness. With barely a word to anyone, he snatched up his sword and marched off into the darkness after his wife. No one has heard from him since.
So I want to know what the barely a word part was. He's like, erg, or blag. Like, what does the barely part mean?
And now, the abductions are occurring more frequently. Aiden, the old innkeeper from the Evening Shade, was taken only 3 days ago.
Antra, I've never heard of it. I don't know. I've never heard of that game. What is it?
I can only tell you of what little I know, as I'm sure you have noticed.
What about the
now.
monster sightings?
There seems to be quite a few goblins about. It is not usual to see so many of their kind roaming the mountains so late in the year. It is almost as something has drawn them out of their holes. Like carrion birds drawn to the scent of death.
Wow. Yeah, cool. Yeah, definitely post it, Antra. Yeah, Demiser, at some point I may in the future. I went back, by the way, and I double-checked, and I did somehow, I don't know how I did it, cancel, so I watched the little cutscene at the end. But I was really impressed with how the story matched the guy I played, so that was cool stuff.
As if the goblins weren't enough, several giants have been spotted moving through the pass in groups as large as 10.
Ah, giants. Bah. And yeah, Antra, unfortunately I can't all tab out to look at it because I'm trying to make sure I get my stream optimized, and the last couple times I've all tabbed out to do that, it's screwed up my stream. So sorry, people are going to have to check it out by themselves without me putting it on the channel. I apologize.
That many giants traveling together in such numbers indicates they are organized and are acting with a singular purpose. I have watched their activities closely. Their tracks trace a deliberate pattern through the mountains, almost as if they were on patrol. Another thing. While I was out scouting the giants, I discovered other sets of tracks. Tracks I have never encountered before. What manner of beast made them? I could not say.
I definitely will, Antra. It sounds cool. Can you, like summarize it quickly? Like, what kind of game it is?
I fear that if we do not soon discover the source of these disturbances, then all that we have worked for will be destroyed.
And here comes the punchline. So please go to this incredibly dangerous area and figure it out for me.
The evil that has come to these mountains infects this town like a disease. As its people suffer, so does the tree suffer from the sickness that attacks the balance, corrupting it with its very presence.
Dude, it's Darth Vader. That's what it is. It's that part where Luke has to go and it's under that tree. And Oh, so it's like Hellgate London, but it's Hellgate Moscow. It's Hellgate. It's Hellgate Fallout Moscow.
Already, the circle of warmth that radiates from the great oak has begun to recede.
Oh, that's not good.
We were forced to abandon the outlying farmsteads as a result of the shrine's fading power. If we do not take action soon, I am afraid that the life-giving warmth will cease altogether.
And forget about property values, I mean.
Both the great oak and the town, nestled within its roots, will die. This must not happen. We need your help.
Never heard of the Metro game. It's cool. I'm tempted to... What? Help you? I don't think so, old man. I'm only interested in getting out of these miserable mountains alive. Okay. Very well. Together we shall root out the evil that threatens this town. What must we do?
I suggest you begin by investigating the Vale of Shadows.
There's the dangerous thing.
It is a place not far from here. Darkness has always clung to the floor of the small canyon, as if the light of the sun itself were wary of the place.
Sounds like a great place to go.
There are a number of ancient crypts hidden within the shadows of the Vale's narrow cliff walls. There have been rumors of the dead awakening and emerging from their dusty tombs to walk once more amongst men.
And guess what? The rumors are always true.
If these rumors are true, then I suspect that whatever is responsible for disturbing their slumber may be behind the other disturbances as well.
Very cool, Antra. Yeah, it's cool. I'm going to have to check it out.
Go to the Vale of Shadows. Learn what you can about the happenings there, then return here and we shall discuss a course of action. Good luck, and farewell.
Alright, now we all know. Hey, Nalakin, what's up? Yeah, stream time. For a little bit, anyway. I finished a chapter, so I am giving myself a, I'm rewarding myself with a little bit of playtime. Alright, anything I should take from this guy? No? Okay.
Onward.
Alright, it's time to go explore this town and sell some of my stuff, because, as you will note, I picked up quite a few things in the mountains. A lot of weapons to get rid of. What do you mean? What do you mean it isn't clear? Nalakin, it's not big enough? Like the text is too small? Because I can up it a little bit. Look. Oh, you know what? You're right. It's not. Well, but it doesn't need to be. You're right, it's not. But it doesn't need to because the window itself is to the left of the, whatchamacallit. Yeah, it doesn't need to be translucent because it's to the left of the, it's to the left. It's to the right of the game window, so I think that's why.
Shall be done.
But if people really want, I guess I could make it translucent again. I just have to remember how, but it shouldn't take long if I needed to. I mostly did that because I could play it full screen, but if I'm not going to play full screen, and it's not easy to do that with this because it's going to flicker. I wish I could, because I wish I could take advantage of the full monitor, but if I do, it kind of screws up the stream value and stuff. Yes, Antra, I do. In fact, I will I will show you him right now. Yep, I finished Arcanum a couple days ago. Yeah, Divisor. This is a legit dwarf. Urist Nullgrim. And he's a badass. Well, he's a badass in terms of strength. Check that out. 18/67. That's not just 18 strength, which is the maximum. That's like degrees above it. He's like super dwarf. He's also like super healthy. Vaguely dexterous. Kind of intelligent wise. And, you know, he's sort of not big on the personal relations. Check out that music, huh? Oh, I'm telling you. And by the way, chat, did you know that this music is done by the same guy who did the music for Skyrim? Demiser. Exactly. Alright, now, someone asked for the tree. So before I go into all the buildings, I'm going to show you a little bit of the tree. So this tree itself, as you guys may have missed before you came in, is in the middle of this icy wasteland. And it's a tree that was supposedly planted by the great druid Sylvanus when this town, when Faerun was first born. And so it basically gives out this warmth. So it's this like oasis of warmth in this otherwise freezing, you know, weather. So it's basically kind of like a world tree. That's true, Andrew. It probably will. Actually, you know what? Let me go and just double check what this is. Oh, yeah, Yggdrasil, the world tree. I don't know. Whoa. What's the goblin doing here? Ah! Phew! Don't sneak up on Weenog like that! Who are you? Me, Weenog! Who are you? Tell me what you're doing in this tower, I'll cut your ears off. No. I'm Arvan Eleron. Who lives here? Surely this tower cannot belong to you. No! Tower belongs to master. Weenog only servant. Cleans tower, makes beds, cooks tasty food for the master. How nice a goblin housekeeper. Forgive me if I don't hand you my cloak. The master? Who is your master? Orak, the master. Great wizard the master is. Weenog served the master, so one day he can be great wizard too. I see. Where might I find this great wizard? The master is in study, through door. Go on if you wants to speak with the master. Weenog not allowed in study. Master keeps powerful magics in there. Books, papers, and wizard things that Weenog not understand. Thanks, Weenog. Farewell. Oh, Weenog. Goblin mage in training. Well, alright. Hello, wizard. Well now, what have we here? It's been a long time since I've had guests. Welcome. My name is Orak. What brings you to my humble home? I'd like to ask you some questions about disturbances in the past. Whoa. Ah, yes, the disturbances. I'm afraid I can't be of much help to you there. I rarely leave this tower for any reason, you see. My studies prevent me from taking an active interest in the affairs of the people of Kuldahar. Their problems are no concern of mine. Oh, that's nice. Let's see... I don't see. You don't give a damn about anyone yourself. You'd rather sit locked up in this tower. What about the balance? Surely you must see that what happens to the people of Kuldahar will affect you as well. I see you've been talking to that old codger, Arundel, the fool. I care not for his precious balance or for seeking out his mysterious evil. All that matters to me is my work, said the uber-neutral guy. No, I don't read Gunnar Krigg Court. What kind of stuff is it? What is so important about your work? Everything. Knowledge is the one true source of power in this universe. Everything else is fleeting. I have spent years collecting these tomes and scrolls you see before you. They are my life's work. Contained within their passages are the clues that may one day unlock the mysteries of an ancient and nearly forgotten arcane lore. What sort of arcane lore? My studies revolve around the arcane lore that deals specifically with the creation of mythols. A mythol is a powerful elven enchantment that is essentially a weave of protective magic that can be cast over a vast area. I've discovered numerous historical accounts of elven mages laying such mythols over an entire city. Interesting. Tell me more. The details of the accounts are vague at best. The mages of the old elven kingdoms vanished long ago, retreating to the safety and isolation of the Isle of Evermeet. It seems that all their written knowledge of mythical enchantment has vanished with them. For over a decade I have traveled the realm searching for remnants of this forgotten lore. That is what brought me to Kuldahar. The spirit shape of Cadman. Oh, that's the comic? Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out. I really gotta work out something. Maybe I'll... I gotta work something out so I can click on some of these links when I'm actually in streaming and not have it screw things up. There ought to be a way. You think the answers you seek are here in Kuldahar? Not exactly. While exploring the fabled ruins of Myth Draenor, I came across an old tattered manuscript buried amid the rubble of an abandoned library. The manuscript made several references to an elven outpost located somewhere within the spine of the World Mountains. Naturally, I came here to find the settlement. Thus far, I've been unable to locate it. Well, if I come across any elven ruins, I'll be sure to let you know. I appreciate your interest. If by some miracle you find this lost elven outpost and happen upon any materials regarding mythols, please deliver them to me here. I am willing to pay a handsome reward for such a service. I'll remember that. Before I go, give me some spells. I see. Well, you've come to the right place. I can certainly provide you with a number of useful spells for your spellbook. Of course, I am only willing to offer you certain spells. I fear much of the knowledge I possess is beyond your comprehension. Perhaps in the future you may be worthy of such advanced knowledge. Uh-huh. What do you have to offer me at the moment? Alright, first of all... Oh, I can't sell anything these things to him. What a shame. Let's see what he's got. He's got... Cat's Grace. Increases a target's dexterity. Charm Person's a good one. Agnazar's Scorcher. Ooh, he's got a lot of good ones. Look at this stuff. Wow. Okay, first of all, let's take this scroll cap. Scarab of Goodwill. Cast Friends on the Wearer once a day. Robe of Infusing. Armor class bonus 2. Plus 5%. Plus 5 lore. Oh, that's pretty sweet. 10,800 gold, man. And this one is good for thieves. Man. Yeah, sorry, Nalakin, no gun anymore. Clasp of Bronze Cloak. I'm going to look at the stats on these things, on the actual flavor text, when I actually buy them. But first, I've got to get some of these things. So, we're definitely getting Charm Person. I think we'll get Web. A Jet of Flame. Let's go with that. Okay. Wait, what? What's going on? Why can't I buy these things? Oh, I didn't have enough, huh? Okay, well I do want that. I want that. Okay. And then... Why am I not able to buy it? Oh. I know why I can't buy it, because... my inventory's full. Dun dun dun. Alright. Oh, what? Oh, God damn it. I forgot that you can fail in this game. Ah, shoot. Next time I'm going to have to remember to save it beforehand. Christmas. Yeah, exactly. Hey, what's up, Polar? Good to see you. It's just shut up to my... And did you hear that sound, too? It's like... It's like the most depressing sound. Like, like you suck. Man, I'm gonna need to find Charm Person somewhere else. Okay, Do I have something to identify? I thought I did. Brrr. Okay. Can do a little quick save. Alright, let's try not to screw this up, huh? There we go. Of course, those are all level 2. I'll have access to them as soon as he levels up. I love that bubbling cauldron. Not bad, Polar, not bad. We just found out that I have to head off to investigate the Veil of Shadows. So what I'm basically doing is going around town, selling some stuff, picking up side quests. You know, the usual. Failing at casting spells.
At once.
Alrighty.
Of course.
Ah, love it. Who are you? Oh, I must take my leave. And go into your house. And steal your stuff. Come on, everyone. Aha!
Forward.
Who the heck are you? Oh, you're a shopkeeper? That's what I like to hear. Ah, whereso the wind blows, travelers seek shelter, and supplies, mayhap? Hey, what's up, Shoei? Good to see you, man. Welcome to the semi-new game that I'm playing. Well, it's not new, but it's new for me. That's not true either. I played through some of it. It's new recently, let's put it that way. Good day and cheer to you, sir. My name is Girth. I tell by the cut of your cloth and your bearing that you have a greater girth than I do. No, that you are a visitor fresh to Kuldahar. Is there something you wish to purchase? What is this place? This is my shop, friend. I supply caravans in the shade of this great oak. This shop was my father's and my father's before him, and it dates almost 3 generations back, if you can believe it. Like many of the places in Kuldahar and the surrounding lands, there's much history to be found if one digs deep enough. Yeah, Shoei, I would say that. Elle's played in my D&D games that we've done here online, and she's a supporter of the stream, so yeah, Elle's cool. I wouldn't say, well, yeah, she does. No, actually, she fairly regularly does stop by. I shouldn't say that. Yeah, she does. Fairly often. Are you a historian? Nay, I wouldn't go so far as to say that. I dabble in time's passage, perhaps, but it's not a full-time occupation, merely a hobby. I do enjoy learning more of the past and examining trinkets from around the area. I have quite a collection, a little museum of sorts. Some call it junk, but... Oh, really? Didn't get along well. Oh, well, you know, my stream is my stream, her stream is hers. But if she comes in here, of course you're obligated to be nice to her. And it's certainly not uncivil, you know. Kind of the when in Rome thing. What sort of things do you collect? Keys, notes, books on the region. If you happen to come across any in your travels, I'll pay a fair sum for them to take them off your hands. If I come across keys, books, or documents that I may need later, can I purchase them back? Of course! I purchase such things only for my own interest and to preserve the history and culture of the region. They do not end up on a rattling caravan to some Kalimsham market, that's for certain. Very well. May I see what you have for sale? Oh, jeez. That's kind of funny, Shoei. And rather nervous. Yeah, I feel that way, as Demiser said. More or less the same. I actually was on someone's stream the other day that I was kind of like... She was fine, like, she was an interesting streamer, but she was playing, like... I think she was playing Final Fantasy IX, which is a game that I liked a lot. And she was cool, but she was, like... Almost like... I don't know how to describe it. She was so friendly that it was a little creepy. Like, to everyone who came in, she's like, "Hi, how are you?" And it was kind of like, whoa, whoa. So, I don't know. Why exactly can I not sell you more stuff? Can I sell you some gems? Okay, why am I not able to sell you this other stuff? This stuff is awesome. Why don't you want this stuff? No, you know what, Demiser? That she's not a new streamer. She had a lot of viewers. I mean, that time she didn't have a lot of viewers at the time, but she looks like she's been doing it for a while. That's originally what I thought too, and then I looked at it, I was like, oh, you know. So, history of the North, history of the North. Bardic Horn of Valhalla. Whoa, check this out. This horn was created by the respected bard of a now-dead Reged barbarian tribe. The bard was called Beogen, and his songs are sung by many of the northern tribes. He carried this horn with him when he observed many titanic battles. The chief of his tribe gave him the instrument with instructions to blow it if he was ever in mortal danger. Beogen, too proud to ever call on his tribesmen for help, was killed in battle, the horn hidden under his cloak. Once a day, this horn will summon 2 to 4 berserkers who will attack the enemies of the user. That's freaking awesome. The problem is it's only usable by bards. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any bards. Too bad. I'd totally be all over that otherwise. Okay, so this guy basically sells very little. He does sell arrows, and that's nice, but why are you unwilling to, like, sell anything? I don't understand. Look at all this cool, awesome stuff. Why would you not want this awesome stuff that's all exactly the same? Why you no want this? Well, I'm going to have to go find... I think there's a smithy in town, so I'll have to head over to him. Farewell, Girth's Equipment Shop. Shoppe? I know. I totally agree. You know, the thing about bards is that for a long time bards got a lot of grief because in D&D, because everyone was like, oh, they're useless. And I was like, you know, if you play them correctly, bards can be sort of, they're good at almost everything, and they can be very good as support characters as well. The problem is if they're not played well, then they become basically the jack of all trades, master of none problem, you know? So.
Of course.
Pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to keep going this direction. Let's see how much of the map you can see. So you can see a little bit of the oak. As I come around here, you're going to be able to see more of the oak, which is pretty awesome. That would be pretty awesome to Miser. Actually, you know who's exactly like that? Is Spider-Man. Spider-Man is the original swashbuckler. That's why I used to like him, because it's like, you know, he can make witty cracks while he's getting his ass kicked. Badass. Leveling Spider-Man. Well, you know, my object... I was actually... You guys will find this funny. I was, when I was at Origins, this conference that, as many of you know, I was at. For those of you who don't know, I'm a writer. I had a conversation with Pat Rothfuss, who's the guy who wrote The Name of the Wind, and now The Wise Man's Fear. He's a New York Times bestselling author. And I know him reasonably well. So I was having this conversation with him about different games because he's a big gamer, and he was talking about how he loved the world of Skyrim, but he thought the story wasn't so great, which is more or less the way I felt about it. And then he was going on about the details about how it was cool to be his own person and in the game and all this stuff. So we got into a conversation with of different games, and he agreed with me that Planescape Torment has this awesome story, and he's like, that was good, but then this other one didn't, and Baldur's Gate was good, and so anyway, a lot of the discussions about these video games like Skyrim came up. So okay, that's as far as I can go. Oh, yeah, sure was. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. I played Baldur's Gate 1, 2, and all the expansions. Was it Throne of Baal was the expansion for 2? The first one was like... I think Tales of the Sword Coast was the expansion for Baldur's Gate 1, which I played. And then I played the expansion for 2, which was Tales of the Sword Coast, so... Played it and loved it. What have we here? Inscription upon the stone statue reads, in memory of the Archdruid Tolbin, founder of Kuldahar. Okay. Potter. Alright, let's go check out the Potter. Who are you? What do you want with me? Easy, friend. We're not going to hurt you. We just have some questions. Questions? What kind of questions? Who are you? I am Ernst, the potter. At least I used to be. Now I just want to get out of this place alive. But with all the terrible things happening in town, I'm too scared to step outside the shop. What can you tell us about the disturbances in the past? Disturbances? Yes, people disappearing and monsters everywhere. Even the weather has turned against us. Nobody knows why. Not even Arundel. Well, best of luck to you. Farewell. What the hell? I want to talk about other things. Please, I don't mean to be rude, but please stop coming around here. I don't want you bringing the monsters to my doorstep. Look at this. I'm so tempted to say, have it your way. Farewell. What is this place? His shop is my home. I used to make pottery here, but there don't seem to be much point anymore. I've closed shop and packed up my things. As soon as the pass is clear, I'm heading south to Baldur's Gate. I hear it's nice there. Oh yeah, it's great in Baldur's Gate. Really delightful. Have fun with the mages there. Arf.
Onward.
Whoa, what's up? He's not even doing it in a cool rap way, like, what? Potter. I work with clay, and a kiln, and a kiln. Oh, thanks, Joey. Oh, okay, now I heard some rumors about this thing. I heard that this inn is run, the guy who originally ran this inn was kidnapped a couple days ago, and so the guy who's running this inn now is apparently some punk. So I better save it just in case that's true.
Of course.
You looking for a room, or do you just want to let the chill in? I got no rooms for stragglers. Show some coin, or I'll show you the door. Show some respect, or I'll show you my arrowhead. What do you think about that? Who are you? I'm Aldwin, and maybe having your head way up there don't make you hear so good. Do you want a room or not? My inn's the only inn in town, so don't even be thinking you'll find a better deal anywhere else. My head may be up here, half-man, but my fist will be happy to... I gotta do this. I gotta. That's too epic. My head may be up here, half-man, but my fist will be happy to swing down and pay you a visit if need be. That's so. Well then, I got not time to sit here and bandy threats with you. Either state your business or get out of my inn and take your stink from the road with you. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's what she said, yeah. Let's see. So this is your inn? Yeah. Why? Somebody in town saying different? No, just curious. Dumbass. You have any rooms free? Look at the... Oh, he does. Look at this noble. Okay, I will worry about that later. I don't need a room right now because I'm pretty much rested. But these things, it's not a part 2 to Arcanum, by the way, Shoei. This is just, this is a separate game. I was going to say that. Show them what for. But see, I can't show them what for in this game because it's not quite the same as Arcanum. So Merchant will allow you to heal more. And then Noble is, like, really, really good quality. So, so normally I like to do Noble because you get, like, maximum healing benefit. But I am not going to do that now because I'm healed, so I'm just basically checking out the area of town because most of the game takes place with this as kind of like the base of operations.
Very well.
What do we got here? Locked. Okay. Oh, wait. I'll leave it for now. I'm not sure about the impact in this game when you try to steal things. It'll probably just be like Arcanum, those dwarven rubies I got that I never could sell from that point forward. Oh, thanks, Joey. Yeah, you know, I've had so many people telling me lately about doing voice acting and stuff like that I've been like... I'm like, man, there's got to be a way. I mean, I'd love to read my own books, obviously, and do audio versions of them as well. But I have to work that out with a publisher. But everyone tells me that. I'm kind of like, man, I'm like, that's awesome. I just don't know how to sort of go about doing something like that, you know? Actually, you know who told me that I was really excited about? I don't know if you guys know Todd Lockwood. He's the guest of honor, the artist guest of honor at, oh, pause for a minute, Epic Music. Check out this epic music. See, how awesome is that music, right? I'm a huge fan of this guy's soundtracks. It's awesome. So anyway, I've been thinking about how to do it. So anyway, Todd Lockwood, who's the artist guest of honor, and he's done a lot of like D&D covers, a lot of different art. So I did an interview with him for a podcast that I do with an author friend of mine. And at the end of it, he's like, you know, you have a radio voice. You got a voice made for it. I'm like, awesome. Todd Lockwood thinks I should be in radio. I don't know what to do with that, but it's cool somehow. Yeah, same guy. Same guy did it. Love that music. Okay.
Agreed.
Stop right there. Don't take another step closer. Who are you? How did you get through the pass? I mean no harm. What's wrong? Well, we've had some troubles of late, and now we've got strangers in town that shouldn't have been able to make it through the pass. Care to explain how you got here? We were part of an expedition from East Haven, but not all of us made it. My sympathies for your fallen comrades. What happened? The pass is snowed in, and to make things worse, there's a horde of creatures in the pass, mostly goblins and orcs. I doubt any caravans will be through for quite some time. That is grim news indeed. I fear things in here in Kuldahar are not much better. You may wish you'd stayed in East Haven. I already got these cancers, lady. Let's see. And I walked. Well, I walked. One does not simply walk through the pass. There is a poisonous snow there that does not melt. Okay. So really, that's all you got to say? You just have this house and that's all? You're just here? I'm a badass. Actually, I should just be doing the thing. I'm a bad man.
Very well.
I'm gonna save that tavern for last. Whoa, hi there.
It shall be done.
I've already had this discussion. Ooh. Really tempted to take these things. I'm gonna give it a shot. Okay, you're gonna be mad at me? You're not mad at me? It's cool. Hey, what's up, killer? Well, happy birthday. I'm doing well, but not as you probably. Good to see you, man. Let's see. The Vale of Shadows. Might want to ask Mirek. He and his brother Silas made a pilgrimage there every year to pay their respects to their ancestors. I think they left on their trip a day or two ago, though, so they won't be back for a while. I'll see if I can find them in the Vale, then. Friend, don't go stepping foot into the Vale of Shadows. It's not a place for the living, and as long as the dead mind their own affairs, we mind ours. I have to go there. The Vale may be the source of the troubles in Kuldahar. Never been to the Vale of Shadows myself, but I've heard it's covered in shadows. Okay, wait. I'm going to stop here for a moment. I want you all to look at this chat. Never been to the Vale of Shadows myself, but I've heard it's covered in shadows. You know what I've heard? I've heard it's a veil. I mean, what the... Man. Oh, you just turned 21? Oh. Well, congrats, killer. That's awesome. Happy birthday. No good will come from the living setting foot in the Vale. Let evil feed on evil, that's what I say. There's not much choice, so don't be a punk. Well, I don't know too much about the Vale, or even like talking about it for that matter. You have better luck. Okay, so you have nothing to say. I've already spoken about most of this. Alright, so... what is this potion? Let me give it to my wizard. Mummy's Tea. Priests of Horus Re and far-off Mulharnd were the first to create this life-saving potion. A foul-smelling brew. It's made by boiling used mummy wrappings along with naturally desiccated animal remains. The resulting tea can then be consumed to neutralize the effects of disease. Very cool. By the way, my wizard sometimes doesn't have to use identify because of his lore. So there's times when he'll be able to get some benefit without even having to cast a spell. He could just identify something. So lore for the win. I've heard a rumor that in the Vale of Shadows there's very little light. God. That's what makes an NPC, as we like to say.
Onward.
Alright. What's going on in this tavern? Oh.
Of course.
Hello, townsperson. Okay, that's the same conversation tree I've already had. Same conversation tree. What about you? Keep your damn horses stable. I'll get to you in a moment. Oh, what's this? Some sort of magery? Excuse me? I heard it from No Name Nick. Dun da! Ha! I'm just surprised to see a new face in Kuldahar's all. Thought I'd never see another customer, the past buried in snow as it is. You must be looking for something fierce to brave the winter's chill like that. A part of an expedition from Easthaven looking for troubles in Kuldahar. Oh, that's so. Well, we should all be blessed then, our bone-carving neighbors trudging through the drifts to make sure we're all right. What's Easthaven worried about us for? We heard of strange events in the region. Goblins, orcs, and other humanoids seem to be gathering in Easthaven and Kuldahar. Do you have any idea why? No, I don't. I mean, we've had our share of raiders before, but this year's been worse than any other I can recall. How so? Well, I've heard tell of raiders, goblins and the like, never seen in the past before. Folks, travelers have gone missing and no one knows where. Lots of strange goings-on, got a lot of folks worried. You might want to speak to Arendelle. If his beard's any sign, he's got a lot of knowing to his years. You can find him at the base of the Crate Tree. His is the two-storied house to the south and west. Yeah, I already been there, thanks. Any place I can get a meal? If it's a meal you're after, tell that filthy goatee wine spider squaddling behind the bar to stop drinking the stock and fire up the oven. Ooh, that's a good one. Remember that, folks. If you need an insult, call someone a filthy goateed wine spider. I don't even know what the hell a wine spider is. But you'd best shout. He's too deep in his cups to hear you if you talk civilized like, oh, you hear that, killer? She's talking about you, man. She's talking about you. You gonna take that? You gonna take that crap? I may do that. Say, I'm part of an expedition. Oh, I already did this. What about a room? Well, you're in and out of luck. We don't have any rooms, but that pug-nosed knee-high at the evening shade Aldwin has some rooms for let if you're interested. Better hope you don't have enough coin, though. I doubt a pile of gold will be enough for that copper-clenching mole. Hardly a recommendation. I take it you don't care for this halfling much. It's nothing to do with him being half a man. If so, then most of Kuldahar would be guilty. Oh, burn. It's his manner. That ill-mannered excuse for a gunny sack came into ownership of that inn recently, and it's a queer thing how he did, too. How so? Well, the previous innkeeper, Iden, is one of the folks who've gone missing of late. Thing is, he's one of the only ones that seems to know he was gone missing, because he left a claim on who to pass the inn on to in case he needed to be put to sleep with a shovel. Go on. Then, barely a day after he's gone, Aldwin shows up like a winter wolf out of the fresh fallen snow with the claim in his paws and sets up shop pretty as you please. Sounds like one man's misfortune is another's good fortune. What else do you know about it? Well, I knew Iden, and the fool was a right enough fellow, but he had the palsy so bad he couldn't even write his own name, much less a claim, and that's even if he was in the know about his letters, which he wasn't. I see. Interesting. Maybe I'll ask Aldwin about the claim he has. In the meantime, where would I find a meal around here? Blah, 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 blah. Very well, I'll go speak to the barkeep. So, guess where I'm going after this? I'm going back to talk to that punk. Be like, yo, you steal something from that poor guy? Fess up. Okay, same tree. Same tree. Same tree. Same tree. Oh. Welcome, traveler. May I be of service to you? I'd like to ask you some questions. I'll help you if I can. What would you like to know? Who are you? I'm Lyson, the barmaid. If I may be of service to you, you need but ask. Well now, Lyson, service to me. Let me start with... What do you do here, Lyson? As I said, I'm a barmaid. I help take care of the customers. I serve food and drinks, chat with folks, and listen to what they have to say. You learn a lot if you take the time to listen. I like the idea of spelling arrows, killer. That'd be pretty awesome. Like arrow cutting. You have to like take the last one. Have you heard of any rumors you can share with me? Well, I hear tales. Folks have been talking about the recent avalanche, the haunted vale, missing folks, monsters, and Arendelle. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright. What about the avalanche? I hear it was a bad one. The pass out of the valley's been blocked and won't be open again until who knows when. Some folks are trapped here and none too happy about it. Not much that can be done, though. Just wait for spring and see if it clears enough for travel. You mentioned a haunted vale. Can you tell me about it? Most folks call it the Vale of Shadows. It's always dark there like twilight or a Moonhill night. Yeah, I've heard that. I heard that it's kind of shadowy in that vale. Anyway, there are those who say spirits of the dead wander the vale. Folks don't go there anymore. They're afraid to. Maybe someone should do something about that, she said meaningfully. Who is this Arendelle you mentioned? Except I already know about that. Arendelle, he's the local sage or hermit. I don't know rightly what to call him. Folks have a lot of respect for him, though. Anyway, I guess he's taken an interest in a lot of the goings-on around here of late. He's been seen out and about more than is usual for him. That's all I know. Did you say something about missing people earlier? Aye, folks have been vanishing without a trace. I recall something about a man's wife gone missing. He packed up and left his home and all to go find her. Another is the smithy's young son. You might want to talk to him if you have an interest. Talk to who? The young son? I thought he went missing. What about monsters? A sore subject that one is. It seems they're on the rise lately. More monsters are spotted in the surrounding countryside every day. Orcs, goblins, you know the like. It has people worried. Let's see. What about this tavern? Why, this is the best tavern in all of Kuldahar. I think it's the only tavern in all of Kuldahar. The food is good, the ale isn't watered down, and the service is friendly. Well, let me ask you something else. More about Kuldahar? I don't rightly know what to say about Kuldahar. It's a bit of a wonder, I'll give it that. The only thing that allows the town to survive is the great tree and the warmth it provides. It doesn't seem right somehow. Not right? What do you mean by that? Oh, nothing really. I'm just awed by the tree and all. Do you have more questions? No, thanks. Thanks for your help. Okay, same tree. Same tree. Okay. Let's talk to that barkeep. Then I'm going to go back and talk to that halfling. Wait, a bunch of mermaids flipped the ship? What? Well now, seems the pass coughed up one more straggler. Welcome to the root cellar, stranger. Name's Whitcomb. What's your pleasure? A drink? Something from the kitchen? Amelia, one of your barmaids, said I should ask you for a meal. Ha! I strongly doubt she said as politely as that. A brassy one she is. Her tongue could cut firewood, and it will if she keeps up her chatter. But never you mind, I can sit you up with a meal as to your liking. Just name your pleasure. Your barmaid Lyson is quite pleasant, and talkative. Oh, do you fancy her? She's easy on the eyes, she is, but a little too much of winter's chill in her to my liking, friend. Can't say I haven't tried to thaw her out a little, but she could keep an ogre at bay with those eyes of hers. She came here a few months ago, and she works hard, so I'm not complaining. Well, frankly, Whitcomb, I'm sorry, but you don't have what we call the right stuff. Hey, what's up, Swampy? Good to see you, man. Let's see. Good stuff. Good to see you, sir. Let's take a look at your bill of fare. Oh, look at all this. Mystery brew, wine. Alright, chat. Killer, I'm going to let you... This is going to be on to Killer, because Killer, it's your birthday, so I'm only going to get one drink. So, should I get frost wine? Whoops. I already did. My fault. Sorry. So, you get to choose the next one. Just one more. Stagheart Bow Mead, Luskin Stout, Cormian Brandy, Kuldahar Tree Sap, Arrowflight Ale or Fiddlebender's Mystery Brew. Well, yeah, because that was ridiculous. All right, Killer, what's it going to be? Exactly, Antra. What's it going to be, Killer? Mystery Brew? All right, here we go. Let's see what the rumor is. Everard's still running the battle priest for Temple of Tempest down in East Haven. I hear he's not too happy about the post. Can't be easy for him to be kept so long from battle, keep him watching over a fishing town. Well, alright. Okay. Now we're going to go consult. Now that I got a little bit of alcohol in my veins, it's time to go mix it up with Mr. Obnoxious Halfling Innkeeper owner.
Very well.
Ask him a little bit about his contract. So, where'd you find this contract, sir?
Onward.
Oh, is this the freaking Potter? Not you. Is that it? No, that's the... Where the devil's the inn? That's what I meant.
Agreed.
Alright, Killer. Myst. Oh my god, a game that I played halfway through and then got so freaking frustrated with because the game is broken. Because it has puzzles that you cannot solve without basically using a strategy guide or just guessing constantly. But it is one of the most atmospheric games. Myst and Metroid are, especially Metroid Prime. Myst and Metroid Prime are two of the most atmospheric games I ever played. Like, you totally feel as if you're there. Alright, time to talk to this halfling.
Very well.
Oh, it's you again. What do you want this time? This you're in? Yeah, why? Somebody in town saying different? Amelia, the barmaid at the root cellar, mentioned you. She said you bought this inn from a man named Iden. Before he vanished, that is. Amelia? That dried-up serving wench with a voice like a harpy? Yeah, I know her. And she's right. I did buy this place from Iden. I'm beginning to see why the old dodger wanted to sell this inn and vanish right quick. Why? Well, he stuck me with this hole and not much business to be had. Winter's choked off all the passes. That means no caravans and no business. I hope old Iden got buried in a snowdrift or used as a chew bone by an ogre. Anyway, the claim's mine, so I gotta make do. Iden wrote the claim to you? Yeah, written in pen and ink, legally binding, every I dotted, every I crossed for any fool to see. T crossed fool to see. So? Well, Iden had palsy, but you knew that, right? So if this claim was written to you, of course, assuming that Iden knew how to write, which he didn't, then the script would hardly be as perfectly written as you say. Yeah, well, old Iden must have had someone write it for him then, because everyone looks in order to me. It's not unheard of to have others write claims for you. All I know is the claim's mine. Now, do you want a room or not? If not, then get out. I do not believe you, sir. You lie. Age of Pirates. You know, I'm trying to remember if I ever played that game or not. I know about Age of Pirates. I don't know if I ever played it though. Killer. I see you've constructed your own lightsaber. Okay.
Of course.
Time to go back here to continue my town exploration. I still gotta find the smithy. Yeah, I know I heard of it, but I don't know, I don't know if I've ever actually played it. Okay. Time to save it under the the Kuldahar one. Alright. Now I'm hoping the smithy is coming up because I really want to get rid of these weapons.
the vision speaks true. You are the heroes from my dreams.
Yes, I'm also the wind beneath your wings, but do I know you?
Our paths have not crossed until this day. I am Yoldair, son to Refric, elder and shaman to the tribe of the bear.
I remember playing a game called Age of Sail, which is basically like wooden ship combat, which was kind of awesome. Well met, Yoldair. What's this business about dreams and visions?
The vision is why I have come to this place. Tempas has guided me to you.
This is always so tempting. Well, you found us. Now Tempos can guide you elsewhere. Farewell. For what purpose?
This I cannot say. I know only that the storm of war darkens the skies of my homeland. My people are gathering in numbers greater than any have seen for generations.
Sounds ominous.
A king, both new and old, has risen to lead the tribes against the 10 towns. Already, the first snows of winter.
See ya, Antra. Have a good night, man.
Stains
Thanks for stopping by.
of spilt blood.
Tell me more of this new and old king.
Wolfdane is his name. He was a great warrior from an elder tribe who was slain in battle on the eve of last season.
I liked Age of Sail. I don't know. I mean, I can't speak for that because I haven't played Age of Pirates. But the thing that I liked about oh, killer. The thing I liked about Age of Sail was that it really kind of replicated the feeling of wooden ship combat, right? Except early on, when I played it, I sort of wasn't thinking about how it would take, how long it would take to actually maneuver your ship. So at one point, I had my ship like sailing towards another ship, and I was like, okay. Then right when I get close to the end, I'm going to pull it out of the way and then fire my cannons. Except it takes a long time for a ship to turn, so it's kind of like turn, 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 and then I like crashed in the middle of the ship. So, yeah, I think I might have been a failure as a wooden ship captain.
Now his body has returned from death's halls to lead my people once more as king.
Whoa, dude. You have a skeleton king? What kind of an undead monster is this king of yours?
Wolfdane's flesh is but a vessel, a borrowed tool. The spirit of the new king is much, much older than the form it now inhabits.
How much older?
It is said that the spirit of Jared governs his body. It is this claim that has fueled the fires of vengeance among my people.
Gerard. Isn't Jared the barbarian hero entombed beneath the temple in East Haven?
The same. You know our history well.
Yes, well, I try.
Now, after centuries of imprisonment, Jared's spirit is free and rallies the tribes once more in a common cause.
If this Jared was such a great hero, surely his cause must be just. So why are you here?
You must understand. I have read the signs. Tempas will not favor either side in the coming battles. Both my people and those of the towns shall be haunted by countless deaths without honor.
It's true, except even there's not enough railway games either, like train-type games as well. There is Railroad Tycoon, but still.
I have cast my spirit into the nether realm in search of a way to prevent what must not be. My vision quest led me here to find you. You are the answer I seek.
Yeah, but from that time period, though, Shoei? From, like, the beginning of, you know, there's the Railway Tycoon, or Railroad Tycoon, I think. But, I mean, Railway Sims from that time period specifically, like early 1900s? I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, alright. Well, maybe I'm wrong then. I see. So what can we do to help?
You must come to Hengoro, to the great mead hall where the tribes have gathered. You alone can forestall the war between our peoples.
Okay.
Although I am certain you are the heroes of my vision, I fear you are not yet strong enough for the task at hand. Go forth and sharpen your skills upon the field of valor. When you've grown stronger, return here and we shall speak more.
Okay. That's probably true. I think I'd probably get crushed.
Very well.
That's probably... You know what that is, actually? That's the expansion right there, because this is Icewind Dale plus Heart of Winter, and I think that's the Heart of Winter expansion that's listed there. So that's pretty cool, because that was something obviously that didn't exist with the original game. Still looking for a smithy, though. Just want to be clear about that. Still would like a smithy. Desert bus. Oh, that looks promising. Does that look like a smithy to you folks? Sure looks like one to me.
Of course.
Welcome, stranger. What can I do for you? Greetings, my name is Arvan Eleron. Who might you be? My name's Conlon. I'm the local smithy of these here parts. If you're needing a sharp blade or stout mace, I'm the man to see. Best take advantage while I'm still here. While you're still here? Are you going somewhere? Wait, what do you mean $2,000 worth of... what does that even mean? Like you could spend $2,000 on downloadable content for Railworks 3? What is this game? I've never heard of this game. I suppose so. With all the skullduggery that's been going on around here, I imagine I'll not be around much longer. Let's see. So you're planning on leaving town? Ha! I wish that were possible. The southern pass has long since been snowed in by this damnable weather we've been having lately. Now I hear tell that even the northern route to the 10 towns has been blocked by an avalanche. Mark my words, none of us will last through this winter. We're all done for. I have no intention of dying here. Why is it that you're so ready to lie in your own grave? Humph. Not much for me to live for, really. My Mary passed a few years ago from the fever. And now my son's gone missing, snatched out of his bed in the middle of the night, right out from under my nose. He was just a boy. Each train costs money. Wow. It's like micro transaction game. I'm sorry, Conlon. Oh my god, the little brat probably just ran away. I would have run away too if my father was such a depressing bore. Wow. I'm sorry, Conlon. Any idea who or what took him? If I knew that, do you think I'd be standing around here pounding at metal? He just vanished, I tell you. Gone without a trace. Even old Arendelle couldn't find a trail, and he's got a nose for such things. I imagine whoever took him will come back for me next. I can't say it'll be unwelcome. I've spoken with Arendelle. He believes the source of the disturbances may lie within the Veil of Shadows. The Veil of Shadows, eh? That doesn't surprise me. That place reeks of evil. Most folks in town avoid it like the plague. Those that wander off in that direction are never heard from again. Oh, showy. I think it's just the default, to be honest with you. But it's probably a good idea. Who knows, if I didn't block that, what other words people could come up with. May I see what you have for sale? Oh, now we're talking. Okay. Time to sell some stuff. Gonna sell some weapons. Gonna sell some stuff that I don't need. That I took off the goblins. Actually, wait. I think I wanted to keep a short bow on each of them. Just in case. Before I talk to him again, let me make sure that I got that all set properly. That goes here. That goes here. I'm not sure about that. Okay, this goes up to him. Right, good. Okay. I see, Shoei. Hey, what's up, Optic? Good to see you, sir. How are you? I'm finally selling off some equipment that I've been needing to sell for a while. Well, they don't sell for very much, which is annoying. Like, all that just netted me 30 gold. Which is, I'll be honest, underwhelming. $27 gold. Still underwhelming. Oh, killer. You have been enjoying your birthday time, haven't you? I just hope you'll continue to enjoy it when you recover, as it were. Ooh, shortbow +1. 2250? Man. Look at all this expensive stuff, dude. Okay, so she's doing alright. So, I need bullets for him. And splint mail. Also splint mail. So let's see about the shields. So splint mail. What about her? What does she got? Is that studded leather? Okay. Wow, killer. So you, like, cleaned up 3 times. And, of course, you'll definitely return the extra 2. Right? No? Sure you'll be all over that. Wow, look at that. Bracers of defense, plate mail +1. Faith killer. This deceptively mundane-looking battle axe has a short but strange history. According to philosophers of magic, Faith Killer was enchanted by the non-belief of its owner, the warrior Arian the Skeptic. A rarity in Faerun, Arian was a man who denied the existence of holy magic and the gods themselves. He was known for his attempts to prove that priests were charlatans and holy magic was in actuality a different form of standard magic. Sages believed that Arian's intense opposition to holy men and women actually generated sympathetic magical powers in his weapon. Priests of Saloon and Westgate confiscated the axe when they killed Arian in self-defense. It is currently believed that Arian is one of the unbelievers used as a building block in Mirakul's Bone Castle. 1d8 +2. 5% chance to dispel magic on a successful hit. 5% magic resistance. Oh, that's not bad. Look at this, that giant killer. It's an awesome-ass sling. The Spear of White Ash. The Lonesome Road. What is this awesome stuff? This thing is 52,500 gold? This was the weapon of a cursed soul doomed to wander the length and breadth of Faerun for his crimes against the elves of Myth Draenor. Denel Harbin was a human involved with the creation of the Half-Axe Trail. Under the orders of his commander, Halvan the Dark, he forged ahead through Elven Forest despite protests and repeated attacks. When he was finally captured by the elves, he stated emphatically that he was free of guilt because he was just following his orders. The Elven Council deemed that Denel be placed under a high guise to carry his axe from the Sword Coast of Faerun to its borders in the east and from the Great Glacier to Lorien. It took Denel 30 years to complete his task. When he finished, he was an accomplished warrior, weathered and beaten by years on foreign roads. On his way back to his home, he passed by Harrowdale and saw a wooden statue of Halvan the Dark raised proudly in a small town square. With a single-handed blow, he lodged his huge axe into Halvan's forehead. Never breaking stride, he returned to his hut where he lived out the rest of his days as a reclusive farmer. That's awesome. Oh, very awesome. 1d10 +3, +1 to con while equipped. Wow. Not sure about the... This guy's got some freaking badass stuff. Wow. Okay, well, first of all... He already has a large shield. Okay. That's exciting. I don't think she can use a medium shield. Oh, she can. Awesome. Okay, I do need some more bullets, obviously. Yeah, I'm really disappointed that I didn't get more money from that. I was expecting that I was going to get some serious coin. And, I mean, wasn't expecting a fortune, but instead I got bupkis. Alright, well, where are your bullets? Where are your bullets, guy? I do like how cheap the ammunition is for some of this stuff. That's 1 gold for 40 of these. And something similar for arrows. It's true. I think it may be because of the stuff that I'm keeping or something. I don't know. I don't really, I think it's a good question. I don't really know why that is either. Just unlucky, I guess. Okay, 1 more bullet from him, because I like to have 3 sets each. And then I'm going to have to, I'm just going to obviously have to get some more stuff. More money and such. Alright, how am I doing here? Okay, so now you guys can see this oak is pretty badass, right? That whole thing is this huge tree that creates this warmth through the whole valley.
Very well.
The heck is that? Oh, yeah, this is the airship. There is an airship, so there's that. I heard about this airship. Oh, there's some dude.
Forward.
Oh, hello there. I didn't see you come in. What can I do for you? Who are you? Of course, introductions. How rude of me. Sometimes I just get so wrapped up in my work. This name's Oswald. Oswald Fiddlebender. What is the place? Why, this ship is my home. But at least it has been since I crashed here over a year ago. Oh, I know. She's not much to look at, but someday I'll have her back in one piece and in the air once more. In the air? You mean this contraption can actually fly? Of course it can, or at least it could once. You should have seen it. It was amazing. It was like sailing on a sea of clouds. She's my greatest invention yet, you know. A flying boat, eh? That is truly amazing. I'm glad you think so. I call it an airship. Isn't that wonderful? Airship. As in it's a ship that floats upon the air. Get it? It's really quite clever when you think about it. Yes, clever. Why would you build such a strange device? The passages to the spine of the world are fraught with many dangers. The caravans that travel between the Southlands and the 10 towns must brave not only the treacherous terrain, but all the nasty creatures that inhabit it as well. I simply sought to find an alternate route through the mountains, or in this case, over them. So how did you end up in Kaldahar? Yes, well, that's a rather embarrassing story. You see, when I attempted the crossing on the airship's maiden voyage, I was the only one on board. I had a bit of, trouble convincing anyone back in Bryn Shander to crew with me. Go on, I'm listening. Anyhow, I managed to get the ship airborne and was making excellent progress over the mountains. It really was a magnificent view. The billowing clouds, the snow-capped peaks that shimmered like diamonds in the sunlight. I guess I was so enamored by the beauty of all that I didn't notice that outcropping of rock until it was too late. You hit the mountain? What happened next? Well, the collision ripped the bottom of the ship wide open. The steering mechanism was badly damaged, and the ship began to lose altitude. I tried desperately to keep it aloft, but down we came, falling from the sky like a stone. It's by sheer luck that I crashed here in the town of Kuldahar. Lucky indeed. Tell me, what is it you do here? I'm an inventor of sorts. I make things that are meant to improve the lives of others. Like this ship, for instance. I also dabble in alchemy. Would you like to care to sample some of the potions I've concocted? Sure, what sort of potions do you have? I have all kinds. Currently I'm working on a special brew for the farmers of Kuldahar, something that will help protect their livestock from the bitter cold front that seems to have settled upon the valley. Several farmers were kind enough to donate some cows to serve as test subjects for my experiments. You're feeding experimental potions to these cows? Don't you think that's kind of cruel? Nonsense, I would never hurt these animals. In fact, I've come to think of them as my friends. Besides, without my help, they would all freeze to death. I see. Do you have any potions that we might find useful? Most certainly. I'd be more than happy to supply you with whatever potions you might need. At a fair price, of course. Alright, let's see what you've got. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Potion of freedom. Visibility. Potion of healing. Okay, we're going to pick up a couple of these. Let's see. She's already got one, so I want one for everyone else. Okay. There's a way to... There we go. I knew there's a way to do it somehow. Oh, shoot. So she's already got one. And last but not least, one to you. There we go. Yeah, I know. Seriously, Shoei. Oh, good grief, Demiser. I'll bet it was fun. Who yelled at you for logging on D3 while you were drinking? Your fellow players? Okay.
Agreed.
Okay, I've almost got this whole town explored. Oh, okay. Well, if it's a friend, you know. Who the heck are you? That's often true. Not always. Greetings, weary traveler. Are you in need of aid? Yes, I'm a stranger to this town. Perhaps you could tell me what services I may find here. Of course. What services in particular do you seek? Looking to purchase weapons and equipment. Okay, all you're going to tell me is services? Then the blessings of the broken god are upon you, for you stand before the house of the Bleeding Rose. This is a place dedicated to the worship of the Lord on the Rack Ilmater. All who are in need of succor are welcome here. Please step inside, and revered Sister Kaliana shall ease your sufferings, friend. Thank you. That's cool, killer.
Onward.
Welcome, friend. I am Brother Gus. Your name is Brother Gus? Brother Gus, faithful servant of Ilmater. Be at peace, for you are in the care of the one who endures. Has anyone ever told you that you look a lot like Brother Ferg, the priest outside? Yes, on numerous occasions. It's not really much of a coincidence, considering that we're twins. Well, that explains it then. I was just curious. Yes, well, is there some way I may be of assistance to you, friend? Greetings. I'm in need of a healer. I was told to speak with the Sister Kaliana. Sort of thanks, Killer. What's up, Draco? Except that, you know, there's going to come a point where I'm going to not take that as funny anymore, and I'm going to start getting annoyed that you claim that because I happen to not immediately, instantaneously pick up on everything that you know from having played the game already, that somehow that makes me bad. Of course, revered Sister Kaliana is at prayer upon the altar. She's more than capable of tending your wounds. She can also offer you a few curatives we have left in our humble temple. What few curatives you have left? Don't tell me you're running out. I'm afraid so. The good people of Kuldahar have suffered greatly of late. In sharing their burdens, we have nearly exhausted our supply of potions and antidotes, though I hear that one might find such items elsewhere in town. Really? Where? The gnome, Oswald Fiddlebender, is known to dabble in alchemy. He lives in that contraption on the ridge above this temple. It's also rumored that Oric the Mage possesses certain arcane items. He's a bit of a recluse, though. He lives in a small tower on the far side of town to the west. Thank you for the information. Farewell. That's definitely true, Shoei. No question about that. Alright, sister. Sister Christian, will you heal me now? That song brought to you by the great Night Ranger. Greetings, friend. You are welcome to the House of the Bleeding Rose. May the healing hands of Ilmater lift your burdens and set your tortured soul at ease. Sister Kaliana, I presume. I was told you could provide the services of a healer. You have been informed correctly. As acting head of this temple, it is my privilege to bestow whatever aid I can upon those in need. No small task, I might add, what with all the troubles that plague this town of late. Acting head of this temple? Who's normally in charge? Up until a few weeks ago, revered Mother Regenia presided over this house. Alas, she, like so many others in town, has gone missing and is presumed dead. Being the next highest-ranked member of the clergy, I have assumed the duties of the head of this temple until either she or Reverend Brother Pokelin returns. You mean to tell me your head priest was abducted? Perhaps. We're not quite sure. She grew tired of standing by while the people around us were being snatched up in the night. So she decided to hold a midnight vigil on the outskirts of town in hopes that she too might share in the suffering of those taken. That was the last we saw of her. Her fate remains a mystery. Oh, Shoei. Well, you know. Draco. No, I haven't. Actually, I think Shadowrun is separate, isn't it? I thought Shadowrun was its own game. I know a guy who was the line director for Shadowrun. You know, produced a lot of the source books and stuff like that. But I have not played much of it myself. I know a little bit about it, but I haven't played it myself. I heard it's good, though. Perhaps. We're not quite sure. She grew tired of standing by. Oh, wait, I already said that. You mentioned a revered Brother Pokelin? Who is he? Revered Brother Pokelin is a visiting senior priest of Ilmater. He passed through Kuldahar 7 days ago on a pilgrimage to the monastery of the Weeping Lilac in Bryn Shander. He traveled quite a ways, all the way from Cormyr, I believe is what he said. He must be from those distant regions, for he bore a holy symbol of Ilmater that was unfamiliar to me. In any case, he promised to return with aid once he reached Bryn Shander. I hope he's all right. Oh yeah, Shoei, I play D&D all the time. I'm in the midst. I DM an active campaign at the moment, and I play play D&D with Catastream sometimes too. Oh, okay, Draco, but it's not officially Dungeons and Dragons, right? It's just kind of the basic theory. Like it is basically the same kind of races and stuff, but I don't think it's officially by Wizards of the Coast, is it? I don't believe. Okay. Resurrection, healing. Okay, can I sell anything to you? No? Can I take anything? Wow, look at that potion of healing. 112 gold. I got it for 90 from the gnome peoples. Gotta catch up here. Yeah, I know the guy who's the, as I said, who does stuff with a line. Supposedly pretty good. There's that epic music. Alright, we're just about ready to go out.
Agreed.
Because we just about explored the town. Kill a few creatures. And not too many, because it's getting pretty late, so I'll have to log pretty soon. But now I've explored the town, so now it's a lot of hack and slash. Run! The Vale's filled with Yetis! Tried to outrun them, but 2 of them still chasing me. Run! Get help! Whoa. Yeti, 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 can't you see? You got nothing. Nothing! Yeti. Shall we? Fizzband. Yeah, killer. It's true. This actually takes place at a different time than I think it's earlier, I want to say, than the Drift books are set. But I mean, still. Okay, now you. Why were you running for these Yetis? Thanks. I thought the time to join my ancestors had finally come. Last time I ever stepped foot anywhere near the Vale, that's for certain. There's all sorts of strange creatures roaming around there now. Vale? The Vale of Shadows. My brother Silas and I made a pilgrimage there to pay our respects to our family crypt like we do every year. That's funny, Shoei. I did, didn't I? But this time, I don't know, the Vale seems different. Cursed somehow. Is it shadowy? The shadows have come alive, and there's Yetis roaming the paths attacking travelers. Your brother? Where is he? Silas didn't make it. The largest Yeti I've ever seen tore out of the snow and took a piece out of him with its claws. He fell, dead as a stone, blood everywhere. There was nothing I could do. He was carrying our family heirloom, but it's lost to us now. I kind of wanted to know why he trained the Yeti into the town. It was my old MMORPG personality coming to the surface. Why you bring that train into town? Why you no run away? Let's see. I could try and recover that heirloom for you. Can you tell me how to get to the Vale? We were taking the main path, but considering how many beasts were in the Vale, Arundel may know a safer path you can take. He wanders the mountains quite a bit and knows of more hidden trails than there are branches on the great oak. His home is southwest of the great tree. It's the two-story house made out of stone. I already spoke to Arundel. I'll be on my way to the Vale soon. Thank you. Now that Silas is gone, that heirloom's all I have left to remember my family by. I'd appreciate its safe return. Also, if you come across any more Yetis, you might want to collect their pelts once you've done away with the beasts. Conlon, the blacksmith here in town, buys the pelts for a fair price. Farewell, sir. I apologize for mocking you. Okay, I'm going to go run up to the smith then, because if he sells, if he buys pelts, I would like to sell him the pelt that I just got. I must apologize for mocking him. Oh, well. I was just interrogating him. I was like, alright, confess. Admit that you're working with the Yetis. Sure, what's up, Draco? I know. Seriously, Shoei, I know. How did they survive before the game started? 50 gold. That's okay. It's better than nothing, I guess. I'm not sure I totally understand, Draco. I mean, you ought to loot the dragon. Unless it's like... there's some, like, holy reason that you wouldn't. Like, if it's a sacred dragon. But if it's a sacred dragon, you shouldn't have killed it in the first place. So, no, I would think you would loot it. I mean, it's not like Skyrim where you, like, take a bunch of dragon bones and then you get super weighed down. But certainly if it's got gold or treasure on it, then yeah. Well... Oh. That kind of depends. If you're way out in the wilderness, you probably wouldn't do it because it'd be too heavy. Not in Skyrim, of course, because everyone's a pack mule.
It shall be done.
I've already spoken. It's the same conversation tree. Okay. So I think that's all. I think we've now revealed the entire map.
At once.
We now know what we're doing. Yeah, well, that's certainly true. Show me, that's funny. And it's true, too. Alright. So here is the full map. See? Big oak. Alright, there's our town. Gotta find an heirloom. Gotta find out what's going on with that Veil of Shadows. Alright. I'm not gonna be playing for too much longer, but I'll go kill a few things. Get into the action, as it were. The Veil of Shadows. Wow, 8 hours to travel there. Wow. Oh yeah? What'd you do?
Onward.
Whoa. Do 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 do. Combat music. Do 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 do. Combat music. Do do do. That was no problem. I know it is the Veil Brightness. Where's all these alleged shadows? You called him a mermaid. That's pretty funny. Alright. That was underwhelming. Is that all? Just like freaking Yeti? It's the Veil of Yetis. Oh. More Yetis. Lots more Yetis. Nice. And a level up for Ava. Everyone move out of the way so I can pick up this belt. Ugh. I'll say it again. Everyone get out of the way.
How can I help? Very well.
You can help by picking up this pelt. Okay. Alright, Ava.
Something amiss?
Time to level you up, miss. Not the beard! Okay. Very good. And I am going to see what spells she's got. Haha! Level 2 spells. What have we got? Okay, first of all, that's Cure Moderate Wounds, and you better believe that's going in there. I'm gonna get 2 of those. Now, what else have we got? Got Chant. That's bonuses. Find traps, no. Hold person, possibly. That's usually pretty good. Is that Spiritual Hammer? Yeah. Draw upon Holy Might. Slow Poison. Silence, that's good for stopping spells. I'm gonna go with Hold Person. I'm gonna need to actually rest to get those spells, but still. Gimli's beard. So it takes a while, shall we? Well, for those of us with beards, you know, it's kind of an acquired thing. Takes some practice, and no, I'm just kidding.
How can I serve? Forward.
Kata just lets his beard get more epic than I do. I believe in trimming my beard, you know, trimming, like making it neat, and you know. Whereas Kata's like, let's let that beard go. To be honest, so far it's not so shadowy. Man. Okay. Oh. Dun dun dun. It's a place. Before we go in there... See, that's what you use it for. You wash your beard with dragon blood. That's a good use for dragon blood. I mean, you know. Dragon blood is basically steroids. Whoa! I have to fix my auto pause options. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. A little bit of a fight here. Oh, really? He's already dead?
Speak your mind.
Phew. Alright.
I stand ready.
Okay. Some of those greater shadows, actually I think it's rates, drain levels, which means you literally drop in levels until you can get healed. That's really bad. Oh, thanks, Polar. I appreciate it. Have a good night, sir. See you soon.
Duty call.
Whoop.
Your command?
Gonna have to rest fairly soon here so I can re-up my spells. Okay, well we found some shadows. And why? Because it's the veil. Oh, I forgot I have to fix my auto pause. Phew. Alright. Yeah, no, I know. Well, whatever, Draco, yeah, but the effect is the same. I mean, if they drain experience and you drop levels, that still means that you lose abilities in the whole business. That was one of the scariest. I remember playing D&D when I was DMing. People would be really freaked out by those guys. They're like, no! What was I doing? Oh, yes. I need to set the auto pause options. Oh wow, I don't have it set on anything. Okay. Character injured, character death, enemy sighted, weapon unusable, character target destroyed, trap detected. Okay, there we go. That's more like it. Do I need to heal any of these guys? Probably not. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god, Joey. Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup?
Very well.
I've never heard of it. There we go. That's my auto pause doing what it's supposed to do. There we go. What are we doing on this map? Alright, good. Alright, so we got this thing up here. We got this thing down here. These are all obviously like crypts and stuff. So let me explore the rest of these areas. Enemy sighted, what? Oh. Pretty good experience, these guys, though. I wonder if he respawned just then. I thought I went up that way. Yeah, I know. I hear you, Shoei. Or you could just, you know, have some warm milk, read a story. Oh, it's a Yeti. Hello, Yeti. Another Yeti. Yeti, Yeti, Yeti. Whoops, 2 Yetis. I mean, weapon unusable.
Ready and waiting. At once.
Oh, good. Yeah, shall we? Well, I don't drink either, so I don't judge others who do, but it's not for me, so good for you.
How can I help?
I need you to cast Cure Light Wounds on my dwarf.
Vita mortis.
Very nice.
How can I serve?
Almost got this map explored.
Yes. It shall be done.
This is clearly a fight waiting to happen. Wait. So much easier with the auto pause set up. Oh, I understand, Shoei. Absolutely. I have friends who have gone through several people that I know, friends of mine who are alcoholics, recovering alcoholics, and yeah, it's really, really, really difficult. So I respect you very much for that.
I'll take care of this one.
Oh, somebody leveled. Yay, Eurist leveled. Well done, Eurist. Level up. Level. Oh, he gets a proficiency. I think he's using an axe. Let's do it. Let's see if I was right. He is using an axe. Awesome. Triply proficient. I guess that's the Veil of Shadows music. This ancient statue depicts a seated robed figure, his head bowed in prayer. Okay. I don't like water, really?
I'll take
Have to get the right kind of water. I'd love to be able to explore this whole area before I have to have my guys rest, so we'll see if I can do that. My paladin's getting a little low. A mug of mead. Mead is cool because you just say, you know, like, a mug of mead, please. Oh, it's the Yeti Chieftain. What? Aw, man. gonna reload that. The Yeti Chieftain.
How can I help? Forward.
Is that the best you can do?
Come on, guys. Nice. There you go. Especially caffeinated soda? Oh, he's slowed because of all the pelts. Oh, look at that. Mm-hmm. Alright, so I gotta give up some of these pelts. There's Murick's family heirloom. Cool. That was the big Yeti that killed him. Oh, I can't identify it? I thought I had one of those built up. Alright, well. Let's take a look at this map. Alright, let me check this quickly. I don't want to go through a whole cave. I kind of want to explore the outer map first, but... Come on, everybody. Uh-oh. Hi, guys.
You want to be weird in your blood.
Uh-oh.
Something amiss? All right.
How can I serve?
Me? Priest! I need a priest! Aye?
Okay.
It shall be done.
Now, if you guys can kill off...
Speaking forward.
You guys can kill them off, this would be a good place to rest.
Stand and deliver!
Really, killer? I can see some positive benefits to that approach. He said. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's see. 50. I'm gonna make like I'm gonna have like 800 gold from these pelts alone, so that's pretty cool. Kind of wish I didn't have that he didn't have to use that healing thing, but. I forgot that he can carry a crazy amount of stuff. Why? Is that like thinking about parents? Is that the same effect? You know, when you get married, I mean, at that point, let's just forget it. It's not like anything serious is going on with marriage. I mean, come on. Be pretty sweet if I cleared out this cave and I could rest here.